Hi friends, it's Auden. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, I've taken a little bit of a break. Things have been very busy. So I haven't had a chance to do a voiceover, especially since the new pack came out, since Businesses and Hobbies came out. I have things recorded and built, but I just haven't had a chance to do a voiceover. So we're finally getting into a voiceover for Businesses and Hobbies, and this is going to be a coffee shop, candy store kind of deal with an apartment in the second floor. And yeah, I hope that you will like it. We are building it on the Inked Inlet lot in Nordhaven, and it is a 20 by 20 lot, and this is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom home or business, and I really hope that you will like it. I know it's kind of basic and it's kind of similar to my flower shop apartment build that I did a couple months ago before we had the ability to do a home and a business on the same lot. I had built a flower shop with an apartment above it, and that would be functional now if you want to go download that. That and this build and every other build can be found on the gallery under my ID, which is AudynRo, AUDYNRO. If you would like to play with them or look at them, let me know if you do and send me screenshots over on Twitter or Blue Sky, which are all linked down below. But yeah, I wanted to put a window here so that you could sit in the shop and look into the kitchen where they're making the candy. And I put a table underneath the window in this little room, and that is where they are going to go ahead and make the candy so that you can watch it. And I thought that made a lot of sense to have that feel like it was really realistic. I feel like I'm saying a lot right now, but I haven't done a voiceover in a few weeks, so it's very confusing and difficult to do one when you haven't in a while. We are using windows from Businesses and Hobbies and also a couple of base game windows in all of these like green swatches that are very similar. And then these are the new base game counters, and we're just going to add some cabinets. And this space here is going to be the little coffee bar, and there's also a candy maker on one of the counters. And this is where you're gonna get your coffee, maybe sit down for a second because there's a little stool while you wait for your coffee, or a little couch, I mean. There's also going to be some bar height stools underneath the interior window so that you can sit there and watch the candy being made. We get some bookshelves in here, and I just think that it turns out really cute. I kind of like put the coffee bar into the bookshelf a little bit so that it looks like they're connected pieces, and I really liked that idea. And yeah, we're just gonna change some of the stuff to green. I really feel like this voiceover is not going very well, but it's very hard to do voiceovers in general, and so when you take a break from them for an extended period, it's very difficult to get back into it. It's very difficult to talk to yourself and remember how to talk about a build. So I'm struggling a little bit, and I apologize. But yeah, this is going to be the exterior. The left door is where you go into the coffee shop, and the right door is where you go into the candy making space, which is employees only, so your guests will not go in there. They will only be able to come in this room. Everything else is set to residential or employees only. And then outside, we end up having a bunch of tables, a couple planter boxes, a swing set, a trash can. Actually, it's not a couple tables, it's a lot of tables. There's a lot of tables. Originally, I started building this for my Sims to play in and use, but then I didn't end up using it because I needed a bigger home so that my Sims had space for themselves and their like kid that they were having. I thought I was gonna move one of them out and into this and then play with a different sim, but I didn't end up doing that. So yeah, but this is the floor plan for the upstairs. This room is going to be the bedroom. We do use the new bed from Businesses and Hobbies, and now I am popping back outside to add some more windows. I don't remember if I keep the windows. I think I delete the windows on this side. Yeah, I should have cut that out. That was pointless to leave in the video. But that's okay. This is the little landing, and then you will notice that the bathroom does not get done for a very long time. That is the last thing we do, is the bathroom, because I completely forgot. I completely forgot about the bathroom, and I did everything else, and I went to take screenshots of the build for the video, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad this is done. I'm gonna go take screenshots. And then I was like, wait, this is a bathroom and there's nothing in it. There is not a thing in this bathroom. So then I had to decorate the bathroom. And then I realized that there was no kitchen at all for the sim that lives here. They had no kitchen. There was no kitchen technically in the residential area or in the, what is this, the business area. There was no fridge, there was no stove. So off camera, I just moved. I'll tell you what I moved when we get back to the bedroom, because you won't know what I'm talking about until we're up there. This is gonna be the little space where your visitors, your customers, can sit and watch the candy being made under this little table here that I made out of some shelves. And then in here is going to be a little office space for your Sims or your employees to just go ahead and do some business work. Sorry, I got distracted by a text message. I'm gonna leave that in because that was kind of funny. We use this canopy from Businesses and Hobbies out here. I think it's from Businesses and Hobbies. And then all the Businesses and Hobbies. It's such a long title. Also, I heard that in a different country, it's called From Hobby to Business. And I think that that title is way better. I think that is so good because you're taking your hobbies and making it into a business. So I think From Hobby to Business is an incredible title, and I wish that that was the title here in America because that is such a good title. But here you can see I'm starting to add things up here to the bedroom, and I wanted to add pottery. Like the Sims hobby is also pottery in addition to candy making. So I put a pottery wheel up here. And then here is the little bed corner, and we end up with, I think, some lights above the bed, maybe a painting. I don't really remember what we put up there. And then you'll notice that on this wall to the right of the bed, we end up putting some bookcases, because you couldn't get to this side of the bed after I decorated the pottery area. So I put the bookcases over there, like they were built-ins to the bed and stuff. And I thought I hate that I said that. And I thought that it looked really pretty. But when I realized that there was no kitchen, I ended up deleting 2 of the bookcases and moving the clothing rack over here on this wall. So there's one bookcase where the nightstand currently is, and then the clothing rack next to it. And then where the clothing rack is, I added a counter, a mini fridge, and a microwave on top of the mini fridge. So that is your kitchen. I'm sure you could figure out a way to add a stove if you would like to, if you want to play in this. But that is what I did to try to fit a kitchen. It worked really well. I thought it still looked really cute up here. And I thought it was really funny that I built this whole thing without doing the bathroom or adding a kitchen anywhere. I was just not realizing that was happening. But we are currently adding some decor to the nightstands, but then I realized that I don't think you could get to this other nightstand, and I was only imagining one sim living here, so I just covered up the space with bookshelves. I thought it looked really cute. I was very happy with it, so I think it's okay. We do not use the new curtains. I think we use these ones, which are from, why do I want to say growing together? I don't think that's right. I can't see the thing, but I don't think we use those either. I think we use pink ones from base game. What are those little curtains from? I'm very confused now. but we do use these pink ones from base game. They bring out the pink and the wallpaper. And then I add this wallpaper from Love Struck with the vines on it on a few walls to make some accent walls. And then here I am picking out the wallpaper for the bathroom that I then abandon and don't touch until the very end of the build. So you could tell this build, the ADHD really kicked in. I was jumping all over the place, just all over the place, just everywhere, not really focusing on any one spot at any given time. On a little side note, what books are you guys reading? Are you guys reading anything fun? If you get to this point in the video, leave a comment down below with your favorite book or a book that you're reading right now. I have read a whole bunch of books this week, and my favorite ones so far have been a book called Undead Girl Gang. That one was so good. I read it in one sitting, and it was just so heartbreaking but funny but beautiful, and I just loved it so much, and I really related with the main character. So let me know if you've read that, and if you haven't, you should go read it. And right now I am reading Vivian versus the Apocalypse, which is also really, really good. So those are my two favorite books I've read this week. Let me know if you're reading anything or what your favorite book is if you're not reading anything right now. This is now where we are working on cluttering up the build. I've got pretty much all the main furniture, and now I'm just adding all of the clutter and pieces and decor. And yeah, I love the little aprons on this little wall over here. I thought that looked really cute. We are changing the basket out because this one had the correct kind of orangey swatch with the blue and the pink, which just fit everything so perfectly. I am adding a little milk carton, like they are using it to make baked goods, which they don't even have a stove to make the baked goods that are in the coffee bar. And right here, I mean, I guess they do, because I put the chef station down, so I guess theoretically they could be using that to make the baked goods. So we're just gonna say that, and not that I forgot to put an oven down. They're using the stove that is in the chef station in the candy shop. That's what they're using. No one knows any different. Everyone shh, pretend you don't know. I thought this candy, sorry, I hit my desk, I was so excited. I thought this candy rug from high school years was the most perfect item to add to this build, because it's covered in candy and it's a candy shop. What? Also, the name of this candy shop or business is Sweet Drip, like sweet for candy and drip for coffee. My husband named it. I asked him what I should name a candy shop coffee bar, and he popped that name out immediately, like within seconds of me asking, and I was so thrilled with that answer. So it is called Sweet Drip. It is coffee and candy, and I love it so much. I think it's so fun. And I really loved adding all the clutter, and then you'll see in a minute that we cut a bit, and then there's a bunch of debug stuff everywhere. And that is because it took so much time for me to find all the debug stuff, and it was just lots of clips of me searching in debug or searching. I found these candy jars on the gallery is where I grabbed them from, and then it was just taking a long time, and there were a lot of pauses because I was doing other things. I think I kept pausing to read a book, so there was like moments where I would forget to stop recording. So I just cut out that big clip because it was just repetitive and big spaces, so I just cut it out. So you'll notice here in a minute we'll cut, and then there will be candy everywhere from the new candy maker. We're adding another baked goods thing, and all the counters in here are completely covered. So if you need to use a countertop, it will have to be the one in the residential space. Obviously your employees can't get up there, but your sim could. Yeah. What do you guys think of Business and Hobbies? Let me know. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. I'm having a very fun time. My only complaint right now about The Sims, which is not really related to this pack, is that I cannot keep a romance bar. My Sims will have a full romance bar with their spouse, And in just one day, it just disappears out of nowhere. And it doesn't feel like it's like going down from them not interacting or something, because one, they are interacting a bunch, but two, it just disappears. It doesn't go down slowly, it's just there 1 minute and gone the next. And it's so frustrating. I keep having to cheat their romance back up, and I don't understand it at all, and I'm getting really frustrated by it. So let me know if you're having that same issue. And also let me know if you would like a video about my current household, my off-camera household. And I need to bring back my collector series, because I did the video for the build and then I recorded the first episode, but it didn't have audio. I messed it up and there was no audio, so I need to re-record it. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I have a lot of questions for you today. You can see here there are a couple of paintings that I found on the gallery that people had made, so I put those in here because I thought they were really cute. And then here I am, I'm trying to figure out how to get the candy, and it's just not really easy to find. I couldn't find it for a while, but I finally found it all, and I'm kind of placing it down. You can see I've already started placing some of it, and now I'm just going to rearrange it like they are sitting here making the candy. And then I realized that the stool was connected to the table, so I struggled with that for a minute to get the stool to not clip to the table. But I really loved the, you know, here is the candy making spot and here's this window. I thought that was really fun, and I used the chef station from Get to Dine Out, there we go, because I wanted a window out into the exterior of the build to walk up and get some candy, or order candy, or watch them make candy, but I couldn't, there was no window that did that, so I put the little chef thing there. I don't think that you could actually go up there and order anything. I don't know if that's how it works. I haven't really played with that, so let me know how it works, if that's gonna work or not. But I just thought that it looked really pretty, and I really wanted it to be, you know, you could go up to this window and get your candy or your coffee or whatever. So that's why I did that, and I thought it looked really pretty on the outside. So even if it doesn't work, I just thought it was so cute, and I had to do it. You will have to delete or sell all of the candy in the candy fridge thing in the bakery area, to put your own candy there, or just sell it. But we're just decorating this little entrance right here by the candy shop part, the candy making part, this little area over here. And then we're just gonna put the trash can under this little light over here, which I thought was really cute. And then I think we're gonna add some more tables, and not sure what else. I think we add some windows in the little spaces in the eaves of the roof, and it's the little one from Businesses and Hobbies, and I think it looked really, really cute. And yeah, then we just add a bunch more tables and some of these low-lying grass pieces in the grassy areas. I thought that it really made it gave some height and texture to the grassy spaces, and I really liked that. I loved using these tall, big kind of planters from the pack to kind of fence in the right side of the build right there. And here I am trying to figure out what it's missing, because it still feels like it's missing something, and I couldn't figure it out. It felt empty and strange. I add a few more tables and chairs. I mess with this area over here and add some more decor on all the tables out here. I alt place this wall plant onto the table so that it was flowing off the table, and I thought that looked really pretty. I am building this lot backwards. I do change it for the photos, but I think on the gallery it might be posted the correct direction that I was imagining it be, but I don't remember. You can find this on the gallery under my ID, which I think I already said, but I'm gonna say again because I can't remember, which is AudynRo. Let me know if you download it or play in it or play in any of my builds, because it makes me so happy when you guys use them and love them. It just reiterates how much fun I had with them when people actually use them. So here we are, just decorating the top of the clothing rack, which again moves eventually. And I added a TV, and we're gonna just decorate this little hallway. And the fact that I did not see that the bathroom was empty while I was decorating the hallway is just wild. I don't know how I didn't notice. But we just put a couple paintings. Eventually I don't know if I did it on camera, I get the little key rack by the bedroom door, and I thought that that was very cute. And now I'm realizing that the bathroom is not decorated, so I'm just gonna throw some stuff down. We end up making a little pillar over here with some wall tools. There is just a bathtub, there's no shower here, but you can easily change it to a shower or add a wall shower. We get a sink in this little corner over here, and then the toilet goes right in this little spot here. I kind of scooted over a bit to make sure it fit, and I really liked it. I think that adding that little piece of the wall really made the bathroom a little cozier because it was feeling kind of big. But we are getting to the end of the build. If, again, it's on the gallery if you'd like to download it. All the information for it is down below. Oh, also, it comes in at 64,330 simoleons if you're interested. Let me know if you have any ideas for builds or content you'd like to see. Hopefully I can get back to it. April is going to be a little intense because I have a couple of procedures and things that I have to have done next month because, you know, chronic illness and disabilities just do that. So I will probably be a little slow to post in April, but I'm going to try to post as much as I can here at the end of March to make up for it. But I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this build. And yeah, I am very, very proud of you. You are doing so amazing, and I'm just grateful that you're here. And I love you. So I will see you guys in the next one. And bye.